Keyshawn Davis has possibly ruined his boxing career at 26 years old in one weekend, y'all. So, first of all, you miss weight against Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos decides to pull out the fight because he didn't want to go out like Devin Haney did. Remember the fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia where Ryan Garcia came in overweight? Devin Haney was paid extra money. He ended up still taking the fight. And he got his ass whooped, man. Ryan Garcia was not only overweight, but he was on that OPAC, that Ostarine, you know what I'm saying? So Edwin De Los Santos' team made the right decision, in my opinion, and they protected the brand. They didn't want to take any risk. Obviously, Keyshawn Davis was very aggressive towards Edwin De Los Santos. When Edwin De Los Santos decided to grab his title, Keyshawn pushed him twice, which was well-deserved. I'm not mad at Keyshawn for that. But Edwin De Los Santos was coming off a 2-year layoff. He had multiple injuries. And I'm not mad at them at all for pulling out the fight. Edwin was still fully paid. Salute to Edwin De Los Santos. I hope to see him in the ring soon. But Keyshawn Davis, instead of taking accountability for his actions, he made an excuse. Instead of just being a man and said that, he missed weight and he's going to do better next time, he lied and said that he outgrew the 135-pound weight class, basically indicating that he's moving up to 140. And I think that's total bullshit because we didn't hear this until you just missed weight. Before that, you were calling out Abdullah Mason, who only has 5 or 6 fights. You feel me? You literally called out Abdullah Mason, who fights at 135. Now all of a sudden you missing weight and now you're going to 140. Anyway, so his little brother, could be his older brother, I don't know. His brother Kelvin Davis had a fight with Nahir Albright. I watched the whole fight. And Nahir Albright was pretty much whooping Kelvin Davis's ass, for a majority of the fight. Kelvin Davis had some moments like in the last 2 to 3 rounds, but at that point the fight was already over. He actually almost dropped Kelvin Davis multiple times, had that boy legs wobbling. So shout out to Nahir Albright. So after he won the fight, Keyshawn Davis and his little brother Keon Davis, they jumped Nahir Albright, right when he was going towards the locker room, man. This is what he had to say. Keyshawn and his little brother Keon jumped me, Albright said, describing the moments in the locker room after his own fight. They started walking up to me all tough, putting his head against mine, and then grabbed me. I was about to swing, but my team and everybody grabbed Keyshawn. It was crazy. So he actually had a lump, like he had a titty on his head, man. Like right above his eyebrow, he had a huge titty, indicating that he got punched in the head because it wasn't there while the fight happened. It happened after he got jumped. But this is crazy, man. So he also said, it's definitely unfortunate, but it added fuel to the flame. Albright told Kriegel, Keyshawn, you got to run it back with me in the ring, not outside of the ring. So Nahir Albright actually wants to squabble Keyshawn Davis after, Keyshawn and his brother jumped him. But Keyshawn Davis, bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, I became a fan of yours in your last fight, right, where you won your first title. And I became a fan of yours because I heard your story. I heard your story about you growing up in a troubled household, your brother going to jail or whatever, and, you pretty much, losing your mind, and you had to go to the crazy house because you had mental health issues and you were thinking about suicide. You won me over as a fan when I heard that. And you had a tremendous performance in your last fight. And then you come into this fight with Edwin De Los Santos. You miss weight, you don't take accountability, your little brother gets his ass whooped, and you get in your feelings, and you and your other brother decide to jump the guy that beat your brother in a professional boxing ring. Like, these decisions are what ruins boxing careers, bro. Like, this is pure YN activity. This is pure young nigga shit, bro. Like, this is the type of shit that makes people come up with these bad stereotypes for black people, bro. And I gotta say that as a black man, I gotta say that, bro. This is why when we move to certain neighborhoods, people move out or people stare at us, or, you got neighborhood watch looking at you all the time, or you got the cops coming to your house when there's too many niggas there because of shit like this, bro. This is just pure nigga shit, bro. And then to make things worse, Like ESPN during the fight, they actually showed the altercation like on TV during the fight. Like after the fight happened, they showed the altercation of Keyshawn Davis and his brother jumping Nahir Albright, man. I think Keyshawn Davis should be suspended. To be honest with y'all, I think Bob Arum should consider releasing Keyshawn Davis out of his contract, because you just can't allow things like this to happen, man. Like, you're representing top-ranked boxing, bro, and stuff like this is nigga shit, bro. This is shit that goes on in the hood, bro. Like, this isn't professional, bro. Like, as a professional boxer, your hands are considered a legal weapon, bro. And when you're deciding to attack a fighter that just had a fight, already tired, already has injuries, because the guy already had, cuts on his face, you can't allow stuff like this to happen without any repercussions, right? And Keyshawn Davis has a history of this. We know that Keyshawn Davis, allegedly beat up Teofimo Lopez's dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all heard that story. Shakur Stevenson pretty much confirmed that actually happened. Teofimo Lopez denies it, but we all know Teo lies about everything. But Keyshawn, man, get it together, bro. Your career, it just started, and it's like you already wanted to end. You haven't even gotten close to, the top of the mountain, and you're going backwards, bro. And I hate to see it, because Keyshawn Davis is a very talented boxer. But you got to do better, man. Grow the fuck up, bro. You're in your mid-20s. You're not 18. You're not 21. You're 26, right? You're getting close to 30. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to grow up, mature, and be a man. Leave this to the YNs, bro. Leave this type of shit to the Kodak Blacks and the NBA young boys of the world. Keyshawn, if this is what you want to do, just quit boxing and become a gangster rapper, bro. Because you can do stuff like this. But if you want to be a boxer, you got to be professional. You understand what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think about this, man. I will never support Keyshawn Davis ever again, bro. First of all, jumping somebody is pure pussy shit. And second of all, attacking somebody because they beat your brother in a professional boxing match is just pure idiotic, bro. And I can't support dumbass niggas like that. So let me know what y'all think about this video, man. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.